My name is Seraphina the Masked Lady. I was once human. Since then, I have lived many lives. I have been loved and reviled, adored and despised, been the child of a poor prostitute and a courtesan revered by thousands. When I was a child, a stranger with no face offered me the ability to move between the worlds. Since then, my every death has led to a new life. I once had a true love. He was ripped away from me when I was murdered in the 18th century. I search for him still. In the meantime, I walk in the shadows behind the universe, visiting realms both exquisite and terrible and bringing back stories and rhymes to amaze the mind and enchant the ear. Through my YouTube channel, I send the stories out into the world, hoping that my true love will hear them and reply. Hoping, if he does not, that I will find in the other souls who listen kindred spirits to help ease the pain. What of you, stranger? Did you come here tonight seeking a mystery? Do you hunger for a spark of excitement, for the dark thrill of fear? Will you listen as my tales unfold, knowing that some may very well take on lives of their own? Consider, stranger, whether you have the courage to walk between the worlds with Seraphina the Masked Lady. Hello there, my delicious darlings. It is so good to see you. I can't stop smiling this evening. I have just returned from the library between the universes. I uncovered an absolute find. On a back shelf, hidden behind a box of old documents, I found 17 leather-bound books full of poetry from over a dozen planets. Of course, that means that the verses are written in multiple languages, many with distinct lettering and alphabets. I spent most of last night translating the 5 poems I will share tonight. I will try to have more for you by the next time we meet, but as I'm sure you understand, finding meaning in thoughts written hundreds of years ago, in other words, can be something of a challenge. Today's verses all come from the first of the 17 volumes. They have one thing in common: they have to do with nature. In some cases, that means human nature. In others, it is earthly nature. In all of them, there is something beautiful. I hope to hear from you in the comments with your thoughts and feelings, as well as any suggestions for new poetic themes we can explore in the future. In the meantime, relax, open a window, listen to the sounds of birds in the trees, and prepare to consider nature in all its forms. The Weir in the Woods. The Weir in the Woods stood 100 years, and it may stand another 2. It has known the cries of cavaliers, and the tramp of boots and dew. It has watched from the whisper of its peaceful heart, as gray-robed friars prayed, and thundered in the winter melt, as fugitives knelt, afraid, and prayed for freedom from the men, with the barking dogs at their sides. It has watched men flee and drawn men near. It has seen them rest and hide. Now time has passed, and peace has come, and the people seldom see the white waters that whisper there, in the arms of embracing trees, for it has become an eldritch place, where fae and fairies fly. They sing to the Weir, and the Weir sings back, with memory, whisper, and sigh. Cold summer. What do you think has happened to the sun? When I was young, it warmed our every day, and brought us freedom packed in lengthening hours, until October stole the breath of May. Now June is here, and still the lowered skies tangle in the branches of trees aflame, as if autumn, red-haired and radiant, sought to grasp the whole year, increasing fame by swallowing the easy summer days. Now we, bewildered, shiver in the cold, and wonder why the world has left its wont, and left us here to grumble, stamp, and scold. A long day. The sun shines on the rolling hills. The river in a daze holds up a glittering snake of mist that heralds rising day. The sky is pure, heartbreaking blue. The waving fields are gold. The world looks like a painting of the long, bright days of old. And so, though waking cold and tired, I find my spirits raised. For even sorrow cannot steal a bright, shining spring day. If I could fly, my body not weighed down, no longer this hurt, cumbersome old thing, I would away and soar into the clouds, to breathe in every air of rising spring. Each scent, each breeze would fly into my soul. The flowers' perfume and the new-turned earth would fill both breath and lungs and wake the whole. Each part of me ignited in new birth. I touch and clasp and feel each blade of grass, each yellow cowslip dreaming on the hill. The snowdrop's glow would lie upon my skin. The crocus and narcissus both would fill my dreaming heart to bursting with their joy. No longer would I feel sorrow or pain. I'd have no clever tricks now to employ, and no longer would weep at thoughts of rain, or long for those days when I could stride free and unencumbered on the rising hills, whose dips and hollows were a part of me, and whose sight could my weary spirit fill. When I was all alone, instead, I'd dip my feathered form and dance along the spring, to dampen my dark feathers in the flow, then rise again to float and fly and sing. And my poor soul, ecstatic, then would glow. So, running through me, all the thrill of life should chide away the winter's chill embrace, and wipe away the memory of strife. So then the breach that sometimes makes me frown should be closed up by freedom's warm embrace, and my world-weary self, now born anew, alive and singing, with a smiling face. The beach. I found my way by accident to the place where I lie, relaxed upon the golden sand, beneath the blue of sky, no longer in fear of the sun, of robbery or harm, nor bound by time or work or fear, or harried by alarm. For nobody can strike at me, where the waves whisper slow, and dawn and dusk enfold my form in their embracing glow. For out of time I dream and rest, and cast my cares away, till sweeter sleep tugs me adrift, washing me back to day. The beach in the last poem sounds good, doesn't it? At one point in my years, I studied meditation. I will be the first to admit that I did not excel. One of my teachers suggested that I visualize a place like the beach and place my mind there when I needed to relax. I achieved that easily. The problem was that I was so comfortable and relaxed on my beach that I ultimately fell asleep and rarely got any further in the meditation. Do you have a favorite place in nature, whether in your mind or the world at large? I would love to hear from you. I am now off to my office to continue translating the poems. Have an excellent week, and I hope to see you soon. Bye!